Hi, thank you for joining me. Today I want to demonstrate a little trick that I use for when I have to store or ship two identical size pieces and I don't want the art pieces, that is, and I don't want to damage the facing of the art. What you're going to need is foam board, a metal ruler or a straight edge, pencil, some type of X-Acto knife. This is one that is supposed to be designed especially for cutting foam board. It doesn't work so well. I guess once you get into maybe a couple of good cuts, it gets kind of dull. So I always also keep on hand just ordinary razor blade, one-sided razor blades. I'll set that to the side. Be really careful with those. Now, this is the size that I have for the pieces of art. I'll show them to you. These are them. They're ready to go. They're identical, but I'm going to place them together this way, and I'm going to create a cushion in between so that it does not touch the artwork itself. These are cut already, as I said, so if you did not have one already pre-cut, then you will need to measure the outer edges of your work and then cut it from there. But since this is identical, I've cut two pieces, and on this all I'm going to do is just trace. The thickness of this board is, this is a really good quality board, and I have that for the back side. And what's going to happen is one piece will fit inside and the other two pieces will be on the outside, like so, because this is a different type of canvas, but I don't want the hand to go in and damage it because this is a double wrap canvas. There's fabric on the inside, but there's paper on the outside. So this will go on the outside, like so. And the other piece will go in between, sandwich in between the two. Then I'll wrap this, and then I will ship it. But I will also package it. So that's the outer perimeter. And I can go ahead and cut it now, or I can just go in, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the ruler to go in on the line. This doesn't have to be really, really neat. It just has to be wide enough to sandwich between the two to protect them. So what I'm doing here is I'm just using the width of the ruler to create a uniform picture frame around, and then I'm going to cut that out. There you have it. And so I am, however, going to use the straight edge to make sure that this stays nice and neat. Put it up to the line and make a few scores. Do not try to cut all the way through. Go slightly past the line, but you don't want to try and cut all the way through. I have some paper down here, which it's okay if it cuts this board, but if you don't have a nice surface, then use a cutting pad, which of course I have something sitting on top of it right now. The surface of this table is okay, or this, and that is done. It's not really great because I went to the edge. I curved it slightly. Let me remove this. But that's all right. I'm not going to use it anyway. And then I'll just go in to the inner edge and cut Go slightly past your line. And that way it will pop right out. It's not going to hurt it at all. But just go slightly past your line. And it'll pop right out for you without any problems. The one thing I like to mention is if you have a project, usually when you're doing a project, art project or a cutting project, you don't want to use a dull blade, because not only do you run the chance of cutting yourself, but ruining the surface of the paper that you're cutting. There's just a few places on the back that it didn't score all the way. It scored, but it didn't go all the way over. And there we have that window. This is a nice little piece that can be used for something else at a later date. But this is how it's going to work. That is going to go there. This is going to go here. And as you see, there's enough room where it will not touch the paper for the artwork. They're almost identical. And then this will sit on top here. And that way it creates a sandwich in between, and it will not ruin. Usually you can wrap that, I would wrap the artwork with some tissue paper, but in this case, I don't want to do that. I want to keep it free and clear. And then this, of course, once I wrap this, I'll wrap this in craft paper, the brown paper. And usually when you do that, people just kind of handle it. They don't know that it's something really fragile. Even if you say fragile, they don't know just to catch it by just the edges. And so by putting this on here, on the top, and another piece underneath, I can pick it up anywhere. And now this will be wrapped and then boxed and packaged for shipping. So again, create that little window frame, a picture frame window, and it will keep anything from touching the surface. Now, if I like, I could put something in between here, wrap this piece with something, but this will be sufficient because I'm going to wrap this together in paper, and it will keep it from shifting. Thank you for joining me. Until next time.